Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to talk about flatness. Sometimes you need a flat surface in the shop, and there's guys out there that'll take a big steel plate and a chisel and they'll chisel that plate until it's perfectly flat. Now, us home gamers, we don't have time for that. So what we'll do is we'll get a piece of plate glass. Now there's a few things you need to keep in mind when you're getting a piece of glass for your shop to use as a flat surface. One is that, first of all, glass can be incredibly sharp. When it's freshly cut, the edges will slice you open so fast you won't know what happened. So after it's been cut, you need to make sure that the edges are sanded and you grind that sharpness off the edges. When I was growing up, Pop had a glass shop, and that was one of my jobs, was take a belt sander and knock off all the sharp edges on it, the plate before it went out of the shop. So yeah, make sure, if you buy a piece of plate from a glass shop, they're probably going to grind it before they hand it to you. But you can do that yourself if you need to. Just take a piece of 400 grit sandpaper, and you can do it by hand. Just be careful. Now the other thing is that glass is actually pretty flexible. This piece of 1/8 inch plate will flex. If I put it on this bench top, this bench top's not perfectly flat, so it will flex. So you need something that's thicker than 1/8 of an inch. Now I've got a piece of 3/16 right here, and it'll flex a little bit back here too. So really 1/4 inch is ideal. The other thing is that it needs to be really clean. Now, this piece has been sitting outside my shop, leaned up against the wall for a couple years, so it's incredibly dirty. Now, I've cleaned it with glass cleaner, but I can still feel some little, it might be glue, it might be tape, I don't know what it is. But to get that off and get it perfectly clean, we'll hit it with some glass cleaner, and then we'll take a brand new razor blade, and you can just scrape off any little bits that are left. That glass cleaner will allow this razor blade just to glide, and it won't scratch it, but you can get off any crud that way. So what would we use this for? Well, generally what I use it for is for sharpening tools, like my chisels and hand planes. I'll take a piece of like 320 or 400 grit sandpaper and wet it down, and it'll stick to this plate. And then you can come in and perfectly sand flat the back side of your chisel or the bottom of your hand plane. Now the last thing I'll say about having a piece of glass like this in the shop is you want to store it properly so that it doesn't break. Never set glass directly on concrete. Always put some wood blocks underneath it, and then just lean it up in an area of your shop where it's not going to get knocked over or somebody's not going to bump into it. So yeah, that's how I achieve flatness in my shop. Guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment and subscribe. Have a great day. God bless.